Hi, Ed Bixby here from the Global Green Burial Alliance, and this is Spotlight Now, and I'm here with my host and co-host, Action Spletzer.
Hi, everyone. Today we are interviewing Jessica Cheng, and she's representing the company, digital memorialization company called Revere. It is the next generation of memorials designed to preserve legacies and celebrate our loved ones, enhancing industries that revolve around matters of life. So I looked all through her website. It's reverehome.com. And it looks like it's a really nice platform for funeral providers and families to work together to preserve the memories of loved ones. So, welcome, Jessica, for being with us. And so just tell us a little bit about what Revere is, and then tell us about what inspired you to start a company like this.
Thank you, Gretchen. Hi, everybody. I'm Jessica Cheng, the CEO and founder of Revere. So Revere is a startup with a mission to empower the funeral industry globally. And our vision is really to redefine the memorial experience for the next generation through innovative design and cutting-edge technology solutions. And we like to create meaningful and personalized tributes that honor and celebrate lives. And particularly with our design capability and the tech partnerships, we help cemeteries and funeral homes discover and develop their unique offerings. We also provide a range of customer engaging digital and physical products. So really, what inspired me to start this business is actually I've been a business consultant accelerating startups for corporates across all sectors. And pretty much 3 years ago, I worked with one of the biggest cemeteries in Taiwan, right here where I am. And I realized that how the shifts in culture and technology have completely changed our ways to memorialize one's life story. And then how the industry really around the world hasn't really kept up with the needs for their own markets. So most of the businesses in the industry, they are family-owned SMEs, or they're huge corporates with like many merged companies. So meaning it is harder for them to, make big investment in digitalization and transforming, adapting the culture. And then for the bigger corporates, it's hard to make change internally. So really, with our design capability, we can really help these businesses move with the time and then to differentiate.
Yeah, I'm well, looking at the website, it looks like a great product. You want to have a question, Ed? Because I got a lot. I don't know if you're ready.
Sure, absolutely. So, I mean, what I appreciated about the product when my wife and I had met Jess in ICCFA in Tampa was the fact that, in this digital age, we can connect with everyone, in a space, even if we're not there. And when it comes to natural burial, I couldn't think of a better way than to memorialize someone with this technology, so people can partake in this not only in the moment but forever. So, kudos to you and Revere for bringing such a product forward.
Yeah, it's like to me, it looks like a digital place where you can not only have like the pictures, but there's the timeline aspect of it. So you can, talk about the things that happen in the person's life. People can share memories. You can send messages to your loved ones in a little message bottle. Like there's so many fun things that it looks like you can do with this. And it seems like it'd be really helpful for the funeral provider and the families to work together and, in a fun way that just captures everything that you would want to capture.
I'm happy to talk a little bit more about our core product, Curate, which is the platform I just mentioned. So we have kind of a profile, like portfolio of products And really our products is about enabling creative and elegant memorialization experiences. And really, it's not only for individuals. We are looking at local heroes, such from, like a high school teacher in the neighborhood to celebrities, to, in the US, soldiers, different communities, and even to pets. So of all sorts that we're looking at how to memorialize in a unique and beautiful, elegant way that resonates with their loved ones, really. And we also have products that streamline funeral operations for memorial services and make it more beautiful. And really, our core product, Revere Curate, is a one-stop, easy-to-use solution for funeral homes, cemeteries, and their customers. So this platform enables the seamless and collaborative upload, management, and curation of memorial content, and making the creation of a comprehensive and a fitting digital tributes trivial. And then really, what we try to differentiate from most of the products, when I say products, is like obituary sites. Our product curates really encourages people to start gathering their life stories in life. So we don't wait till, when people pass away and then said, okay, well, when people are in sorrow and then they are managing funerals and all that matters, then they'll have to okay, let's find some pictures and upload them. So really it's like we bring this ahead of time, and then it also encouraged them to start thinking about planning and then making the idea of death more positive. It's because across many cultures, people don't really like to talk about it, don't like to think about death because it's so uncertain. But what is certain is what have you been through your life stories, and these things ease the conversation and connect you with your family and friends to talk about it, and then helps you to think about what's coming next. So it also really creates opportunities for funeral directors to engage with the customers, their wider family and friends. So imagine for some funeral homes or from cemeteries, when they offer pre-needs products, and when they sell the pre-needs, the very next time they see them will be someone really needs to talk about death. So 10 years later, 15 years later, even 20 years later. So this Curate platform really creates opportunity. So from time to time for funeral directors, funeral homes, to re-engage and to talk about stories rather than which coffin that you want to pick. And most importantly, this experience is beyond just a website. It's not, so it's digital, but it doesn't just live on a website. So our customers are essentially our clients, what I'm saying is essentially cemeteries and funeral homes, but the end customers can really pay tributes and explore these well-curated stories through our in situ memorial experience. So we have these beautiful hardware, the screens are coupling with our curate side, so they can explore this content during funeral services and in cemeteries for decades. So, and then the business motivation is we want to motivate people to have more frequent visit and richer visiting experience in cemeteries during these services.
So two questions. So one, if you went in, let's say I went in to a funeral home that had this and I was pre-planning and now I have access, can I leave video messages to my family through this application? Oh, that's nice.
So at the moment, we can leave message by typing. Messages is like a more common way to leave message, but voice, I think our team is trying to be really creative and then doing a lot of research about what the formats of memorialization and what type of contents really preserve one's memory. So from photos, of course, videos and with how we record our life with smartphone nowadays. And so and words, so like really we're thinking about how do people express themselves. And then so for example, I play music, and then sometimes we have to write, and then there are occasions where we like starting a paragraph, reading over it, not very happy because we aren't born writers, right? So we want to incorporate some technologies, and that's mature enough to help people write, to create, and to build confidence, and so from there, it's really like when people start writing one biography and recording a life story successfully, they want to keep on and doing it. And then, so when they invite their family and friends, so everyone has the confidence to do it. And that is when these memorial content become richer. So the same, old photos, how do we enhance them and to make it that's beautiful enough, that clear enough to be explored on from website to the institute and memorial. And then the voices, the sound, we take beyond from the beautiful landscape, which is our first version, to we have a virtual gallery for people like business owners, celebrities, to anybody. So this virtual gallery is where people can go onto the site or go onto the institute memorial, and then it feels like in a gallery space that really help them explore the content in a different way. So you got this side like big pictures, this side stories, and then different section places you have visited, this section where you can listen to their favorite music. All these kind of experience can be put on, of course, the services and beyond in cemeteries. And then furthermore, we could even like personalize it so much, build a space. So we worked with a team of architects that we can actually essentially build your favorite place, even like for personal, your living room, basically. And then this becomes where you can explore one's content. So
it sounds amazing.
It's
very high tech too, but easy.
Absolutely. I think what's most interesting is that, what people want to remember is a life that was lived, and they want to not only remember, but connect with the person that they've lost. And it sounds like a way to really keep that connection, even for others, even for, let's say, individuals like small children that maybe they didn't connect with those people because they weren't old enough, but in the future can kind of know who their relatives were. So it's really an interesting concept. How are you guys making out? How are you being received by let's say the industry and the consumer?
Yes, thank you. So actually, the first half year, 2024, the past 6 months, basically, we've been touring. So from ICCFA in the US and to AFE in Hong Kong, and then NFE in the UK. So we are actually constantly testing our propositions across all markets. And we have I guess the common feedback that we've got is such as, oh, we have never seen anything like this, or this is amazing. And then the thing that I recall that someone said that's the best is that because I met some funeral directors, and then they said, we know that our industry isn't moving. So these are from some funeral directors from the UK. And then, so we know the industry isn't moving. We know it's conservative. And then by seeing your stuff, I feel motivated, that I feel that there are actually things that we could offer again to our customers, because we know what our customer wants, but we don't know how we can provide it. So that is so encouraging. And not just funeral homes and cemeteries. We have different partnerships, like tech partnerships, where they they have technology, they have hardware, all the products. And then when they realize that, oh, their technology can be applied in this industry, then turning a hardware into a beautiful memorial experience and become something really meaningful and human. They are very excited. So yeah, I feel this is a very exciting time for us to know and a further kind of understanding that what we're doing, we are like on the right path, and then how we could truly empower all the experts in the industry.
Yes. Yeah, because there's a lot of cemeteries that are being developed that need, some sort of a platform to work with families. And this is such a modern new thing, and it seems so much more effective. And then there's a lot of funeral directors who, have a home office and they go to people's homes and stuff. And this is a way that they can also work with families too, with, by providing this service. I think it can be used in so many ways, more than just a standard funeral home, right?
Well, I would imagine so. I mean, just
Or
how would our
cemetery. Yeah.
correct? Yes. Just how would our viewers learn more about your company and what you're doing? And do they need to go through a funeral provider, or will this become a direct to consumer type of uh, offering at some point? What is the vision for the future for Revere?
Thank you. So at the moment, we are a 2B business, and then really our goal is to empower experts in the industry, is to help anyone who wants to innovate and transform. And then I mentioned our design capability. So essentially, not only with our off-the-shelf products, but also we offer this consultancy service. It's really about understanding each business need. So we just sit down with the business, understand the needs, co-create, and then we offer different kind of service. So you can buy this platform, and then actually we have other really cool stuff, like digital e-ink headstone, where you can like have more interactive experience with headstone. And then so a lot of funeral homes and or cemeteries, they said, oh, we want particularly to innovate for our graveyards, or we want to promote our cemeteries because it's a very ancient one and all that. So like what I discover is that there is a trend that the industry try to keep up. However, the business is extremely localized, and then their community, they have very unique needs. So we work really closely with our clients to figure out what the market needs, business needs, and then we'll say, okay, will be how we kind of from zero to tailor your new product to differentiate to this is off the shelf product, but how can we kind of modify it? Like for example, our curate, the interface can be changed to adapt its culture. We've got Mexican funeral companies and to come to say, oh, in Mexico, we celebrate death. Everyone knows. And then so we like the visual to be very different and then to very colorful. And when we talk about this, everyone knows what that looks like. So so that's the type of thing that we can really tailor. So at the moment, we are focusing on that to tailor for the industry's need and the platform, particularly when perhaps the customer base grow, we can think about becoming a 2C business. But that will go down the road.
Right.
Well,
Well,
I
we
can
appreciate that.
yeah, I'm like having a visual of this screen of my picture of my grandmother's kitchen. And I can click on all these things while I'm looking at her kitchen and feeling like I'm in it, and going through her timeline or looking at pictures or listening to the sound of music because that's what she liked. She was British. So yeah, it just sounds so cool what you're doing. So yeah, anybody out there who's looking for something or starting a cemetery, check out Revere because they sound amazing.
Absolutely. And as we come to a close, Jessica, Gretchen and I like to have a little fun exercise. Could you possibly share a paragraph or two of what you envision maybe in the next 5 years, where you see Revere fitting in, and what that might offer, not only the provider, but the consumer.
Yes. So ultimately, 5 years time, I would imagine that how Revere can help is to not just have our products online and in the cemetery. Is then actually we also do work with the world's most famous architects. So it really is to create a brand new end-to-end memorial service.
Mhm.
So we design service and the whole end-to-end experience from the moment people go online and to really know what they can do with memorial and of course, and this engagement is for years, and then they can come to the space and to really talk about how they want this funeral to be, how the celebration to be in this beautiful space. So there are so many touch points that we could create. So you walk into a completely, like, let's say if it's green a funeral, then imagine you can go into a beautiful greenhouse, and then the theme is of course about being greener, but the digital experience incorporated in it, and then it just feel natural.
Yeah.
So how do we fit technical products into this like natural space? So really, I'm just thinking about in the future, 5-10 years, each place, each market will have somewhere we built an end-to-end holistic memorial experience, and people can walk in and and then really have like a really brilliant, connected, engaging, and a theme like how people are doing for their weddings or any occasions that they celebrate.
Yes.
That-
Yeah, and this hits so much on the way I feel like people are going with their experience of death, which is making it a more meaningful experience, and this is definitely a way that you can memorialize your loved one, do something for history, as well, and just create a more meaningful experience through that process of doing this. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's just amazing and exciting.
Very exciting times ahead for you, Jessica and Revere. We here at the Global Green Burial Alliance really appreciate the opportunity to spotlight you and talk a little bit about what you do, and try to get our audience to take a look and inspire them to talk to their funeral providers, which in turn will only help grow this movement. So Gretchen and I and the GGBA really do appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, and stay in touch, and we'll hopefully interview you in the future and talk a little bit about some of the greener initiatives that you guys are doing when you talk about like your greenhouse and all the things like that. So it sounds very, very, very exciting.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Yeah, thank you, Jessica. It was really a pleasure talking to you, and I hope to experience this at some point in my life because it sounds amazing. So all right, well, that's it for today's spotlight, or I should say this week's spotlight. And we'll see you next week. So
See you,
thank
everybody.
you.
Thank
Bye.
Thank
you.
you.